Don't click off the video, there's some really important information. Don't skip ahead, don't you do it. Hello everybody, Moteplox here. Before this video started, I just want to talk to you guys about a couple things really quick. Okay, now that I've got your attention. Anyway, I just like to tell you guys that I was featured on to noob shows talking to famous noobs, which is just insane. I never thought that we would reach a point on this channel to where I would actually be featured in one of To Noob Show's videos. I never even thought To Noob Show would come back. It's mind-blowing. But if you guys want to see the video, it's a really funny video filled with some of the, the more popular people in the RuneScape community. If you guys want to see it, it's right there. And also another thing that I wanted to tell you guys about was I'm starting another channel. I'm not stopping Moteplox. Get that out of your head right now. I'm not stopping Moteplox, okay? Don't you even dare post a comment and get like 200 thumbs up on it saying, "Oh my God, no, he's leaving us." Don't do that. Okay. I'm starting a new channel, and I'm gonna be playing mostly horror games starting out. Depends on what people want me to play, but I don't know. I just feel like that I needed to start a new channel and try some new things. I'm not stopping Moteplox, and I'm also sorry for the lack of videos on Moteplox. I've been pretty busy in the real world lately, and I've actually been kind of nervous about uploading another video because a lot of people on my last few videos were just like, he's running out of videos, and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's a bit nerve-wracking, but yeah, I'm starting a new channel soon, so there's that. Also, I'd like to thank Patty Gaming. Patty? I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry if I pronounced her name wrong, but I'd like to thank that person for donating to the channel via the support button on the channel. Thank you, man. Really means a lot to me. This video, the top 10 best updates in RuneScape history. Keep in mind, this is gonna be very opinionated, I guess, not just in my point of view, but everybody's point of view. I went into my clan chat, which is always packed, and I asked these guys to help me out and make this list, and they did, and I think we've all come up with a pretty good list here, so hopefully you, the viewer watching, think so too. Without further ado, yeah. It's great to be on To Noob Show. That's what I just wanted to tell you guys. I didn't really want to say anything else but that. That was amazing. Anyway, here's the video. Number 10, Pest Control. Released into the game on the 18th of April in 2006, this cooperative members-only combat-based minigame is all about the players working together to protect an NPC known as the Void Knight from loads of monsters spawning from 4 different portals located around the island. The portals must be destroyed to stop the monsters from spawning, otherwise the island will be eventually taken over, and the Void Knight will die and players will lose the minigame. This is a safe minigame, so if you die, you keep your items and just respawn back at the lander that took you to the island in the first place. For those of you who don't know, the minigame is played in the name of Gothics to retain balance to the world, as the Void Knights are considered an order of Gothics themselves. The most sought reward from this minigame is the Void Knight equipment that can be bought with points players have earned for defending the island. Once you have all of the pieces of the actual Void Knight armor, whatever helmet you choose to wear with the armor set, whether it be the range, magic, or the melee Void Helm, you will receive a bonus when wearing the full set while any of the helmets are equipped, and the bonus that's given is based off of which helmet you're actually equipping. It's a great minigame with great rewards. Number 9, Capes of Accomplishment, aka Skill Capes. These items were released into the game on the 18th of October in 2006, and the reason why they were released were due to inquiries from multiple dedicated, highly leveled players saying that they basically didn't have much to flaunt with when it came to a lot of skills already at level 99 that they had. Skill Capes cost 99,000 coins, and each are obtainable from specific NPC masters who can be seen proudly displaying their capes. A temporary skill boost that raises a skill level to 99 will not allow players to obtain the corresponding cape, and the master NPC is generally located within an area that pertains to the skill of the cape itself. If a player has one level 99 skill, their cape will be untrimmed until they receive another 99. The capes come with a matching hood as well, however the hood does not give any bonuses, whereas the actual cape gives the same exact bonuses as an obsidian cape does. All of the skill capes also come with their own unique emotes that correspond with the skill, and operating the cape will boost your level 99 skill to 100. For years, these capes have been around, and many players still wear them today, currently displaying all of their 99s they've achieved over the years. Number 8, the construction skill. If you don't normally train this skill, you should definitely start thinking about doing so. This skill was released into the game on the 31st of May in 2006, and it's a members-only skill that allows players to build and customize their very own player-owned house, or POH for short. Players design the house by arranging various square rooms and then filling them with furniture specific to the type of room and gain construction experience in the process. Today, players have figured out multiple ways of using insides of their houses for maximum efficiency when it comes to skilling, as well as using the very location of their own house for that specific purpose as well. A few things helpful with a player-owned house that it provides is the ability to personally make your own teleporting tabs, having rooms in your house with specific portals that will take you to many different places around RuneScape, a gilded altar to utilize one of the most efficient methods of training prayer if you're just looking for pure XP, being able to change the location of your house to different house portal locations around RuneScape for faster transportation to some areas, and much more. The skill did come with its downsides though, like that crazy player that killed everyone in Falador, but everyone's practically forgotten about all of that. Players who don't train the construction skill probably see it as a bit of a pointless skill, when in reality, it can really help you in the long run on RuneScape as a whole. Number 7, Legacy Mode. This game mode within RuneScape 3 simulates gameplay prior to RuneScape 3. Legacy Mode instates a revised version of the old combat system before the evolution of combat existed, and the Legacy Interface mode replaces the customizable interface with the one resembling the interface from several years ago. Players who use Legacy Combat Mode do not have access to abilities, adrenaline, or any of the combat settings. Attacks are either auto attacks or special attacks. Damage and life points are all scaled down by a factor of 10 as well, although this is only a visual effect. From the 31st of January in 2014 until the 14th of February in the same year, there was a Power to the Players poll held that asked everyone if they wanted Jagex to develop a legacy mode, and with a total of 249,026 votes, 81% said yes, with a 19% saying no. Feedback on legacy mode has been arguably mixed. Some players believe that legacy mode brought back former RuneScape players who have left since the release of EOC, while others believe that Legacy didn't bring back anybody and made some current players leave. However, the minigames that were previously low on attendance, such as Soul Wars and the Purple Portal at Clan Wars, have gotten a big surge of players since the release of Legacy Mode. Number 6, the Grand Exchange. Released into the game on the 26th of November in 2007, the GE is a trading system for players to buy and sell almost all tradable items. Members have 8 Grand Exchange slots in which they may trade items, however free players are limited to 3. Players don't need to advertise, meet each other, or even wait at the Grand Exchange for their trades to complete. All coins and items from fully and partly finished trades are collectible at any bank, but not at bank chests. Additionally, a player will receive a message in their chat box when the status of their trade offer is updated. The trade system resembles a real-life electronic assist exchange, and many players find it useful to sell items on the GE rather than going to a general store, as the profit margin is much larger for useful items. Also, a lot of players like the GE simply because it's a fast method of clearing out their banks when they have way too much junk in it. Adding to the simplicity, most armor within the game can also be bought as an entire set, which can only be unpacked by any of the GE workers too. There was a lot of controversy amongst players on the release of this update back in 2007, and as well as the community in old school RuneScape on the 26th of February in 2015 when it was released then too. Some players believe that the GE takes away player interaction within the game when it comes to trading, and others feel it was an extremely valuable update that needed to happen that makes many aspects of the game more convenient. Number 5, Membership Bonds. Existing in RuneScape 3, a bond is an in-game item that allows players to pay for a selected account-related and out-of-game benefits such as membership, rune coins, and treasure hunter keys with in-game resources. In old school RuneScape, old school bonds work the same way, however they can only be redeemed for membership status, once again with in-game resources. Tradable membership bonds may be traded to other players or sold on the Grand Exchange, however when the transaction is complete it will become untradeable. A membership bond is always bound to a player too when it has not been redeemed or traded with another player. It is also kept on death even when inside the wilderness too. Both tradable and untradeable bond versions may be stored in a player's bond pouch, accessible via the settings interface. Players can only put in an offer for one bond at a time as well. 1 bond will get you 14 days of membership, whereas 3 bonds will get you 45 days, meaning you receive 3 extra days of membership if you buy all 3 bonds at once. Bonds can be purchased in-game at the Grand Exchange or on the RuneScape website. This update was released on the 30th of March in 2015 for OSRS and September 25th, 2013 on RuneScape 3. It's a great way for players to receive membership status using in-game items if they unfortunately can't afford it using real money. Number 4. Poll Booths. Existing in old school RuneScape, a poll booth is a piece of interactive scenery found in various locations around Gielinor. By interacting with it, you gain access to an interface allowing you to vote in content polls being held by Jagex. Each poll runs for a duration of 1 week, and to participate, you'll need to be a member with a total skill level of at least 280 in old school RuneScape. A featured poll would be considered successful if it has achieved 75% or over of yes votes on the poll itself. There are currently 32 poll booths all across RuneScape, and it's a great way for Jagex to find out what the active players actually want when it comes to updating OSRS. Number 3. Permanent free-to-play in old school RuneScape. Free-to-play, known as F2P, is the version of RuneScape where no payment to Jagex is required to play. On January 25th, 2015, ModMattK held a special discussion about free-to-play for old school RuneScape, and it was announced that permanent free-to-play would come to the game if membership bonds were introduced as well. It was polled on the following week and passed by 85.9%. Free-to-play worlds were permanently made free-to-play and available on February 19th, 2015, in celebration of old school RuneScape's 2nd birthday. Before permanent free-to-play was released, you could only play for 2 weeks in free-to-play before having to actually buy membership to continue your adventure. While there are many limitations for free players, the free version still yields a decent gaming experience for players. However, it is important to remember that free-to-play is basically a demo of the full game, and a significant bias against free-to-play does exist, especially from players with membership. As a free player, you have access to 15 skills and can achieve a maximum total level of 1,493 if you were to max out all of the free-to-play stats. Once permanent free-to-play was released in old school RuneScape for some time, player counts did actually increase too. Number 2. The God Wars Dungeon. It was released on RuneScape 3 on the 28th of August in 2007 and released in old school RuneScape on the 9th of December in 2013. Often abbreviated as GWD, the God Wars Dungeons is a dungeon where armies of various gods fight who have long since been left over from the Gielinorian God Wars from the 3rd Age within RuneScape lore. Inside you'll find Armadill's Eyrie, Bando's Stronghold, Saradomin's Encampment, and Zamorak's Fortress. Each corner of the encampments have their own specific boss monsters related to ancient gods of the original God Wars 2. Soloing the God Wars dungeon bosses on your own sometimes can be quite tough. However, if you have a very strong and skilled team, it's quite easy. Many players, whether they choose soloing or teaming, use the dungeons as a form of money making, and even with a 2 or 3 man split, sometimes decent cash can be made, and some of the reactions from players receiving the rarest drops while being here is pretty priceless. The drop rates aren't too terrible from the bosses here either, and in short, the God Wars dungeons are still popularly used to this day by a lot of players hoping to seek their fortunes through its challenging bosses. Number 1. Old School RuneScape. Released before Legacy Mode on the 22nd of February in 2013, it is the version of the RuneScape game that was introduced from a backup of the RuneScape source code as it had been on the 10th of August in 2007. The game version was announced in a news post during 2013, which was followed by the opening of a poll to determine the community's interest of the idea too. The poll, which ended on the 1st of March in 2013, had a final tally of votes at 449,351. Although 500k votes were needed to allow no additional membership, Jagex stated that the first 6 months of old school RuneScape would not have any additional charge, and although previously members only, OSRS went with the permanent free-to-play on the 19th of February in 2015 earlier this year. The players are in charge of old school RuneScape, and that's what makes it so great, and Jagex says that as long as there is a demand for old school, it is here to stay. Unfortunately, with the release of OSRS, it has definitely split the community when it comes to EOC versus OSRS, and I personally don't believe either version is bad. I prefer OSRS, however, without the path that RuneScape 3 had taken, a path that I was a part of and lived through since 2004, old school RuneScape would not be here today. play. On RS3, there's usually anywhere from 70 to 90k people playing, and on OSRs, there's usually anywhere from 30 to 50k people playing, so basically, everything equals out to what the gameplay counts used to be, even back in the olden days of what I was really used to when I was a kid. So I'm quite happy for both game versions' successes. Eventually, though, all good things must come to an end, but for now, I plan on enjoying the version of RuneScape that I love, and watching other players experience the versions that they love, whether it's EOC or OSRS 2. Thank you guys for watching. I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say in the intro of this video. I'm starting a new channel soon. I was featured on Noob Show. Yeah, be on the lookout for it. The new channel. The Noob Show video is already out. Once again, right there. See you guys.